Welcome, guys. So we have a question here that we are supposed to consider. You expect this question in your exam, all right, grade 12. These are very common questions. But before that, I may want to share with you that we've got the lessons for those of you that are writing this year on the 10th of August and 11th. We have lessons that are running starting from the 10th of June up to the 8th of August. From 20 hours up to 21:30 on about 4 days of a week. All right. So if you are interested to join, the lessons are quite effective. Okay. You can come and try us. You can come and try us. If it doesn't work out for you, you can go to others. But I know what I mean. The lessons are very, very good and effective. So please, you come and join our team. Those of you that are writing this year, give us a chance. You see how we are going to transform your ability, all right, and your potential. We are going to actualize it, okay? We don't share questions on WhatsApp. We teach you the way I'm teaching here. You'll be in this class like I'm doing these things, you're following with me. That is how we do our online lessons. Do you get that? We don't have a WhatsApp group where we just post questions here and there. No. We actually have a meeting with all of you where we get to teach you like the way I'm doing it now here. Okay, so let us consider this question like the first one. Let's consider the first question here. Of course, you know that this is what? An inverse of this question. This is the inverse of this question. So what is an inverse? It's like it's some kind of the opposite of this. So if you look at the inverse of this question, the inverse, okay, the inverse of this question, the first one, what are we doing here? As in for the y, for the x, we are multiplying it by what? By 3. So what is the opposite of multiplication? It's going to be division. Then for 2, it is being subtracted. So in the inverse, we are going to do what? In the inverse, we are going to add. So the inverse of this, I'm going to say it is actually x plus 2 divided by 3. I know you are used to that formula where we say we make x the subject to the function. It's the same thing. There's no difference at all. You can try it to give you the same thing. Then this one, the second one, is a composite function. It's a composite function where we are going to say now f has to go into f. So I'm going to say, all right, we have 3 and the x. Where there is an x here, we have to put the same function again, which is what? 3x minus 2. All right, minus 2. Then I close. After closing, we still have the other 2 there, so I'll bring that 2 here. What do? You just simplify this now by saying, okay, you have 9x, isn't it? Minus, you have 9x minus 6, 9x minus 6, then minus 2. You won't multiply this other one by 3 because it is outside the brackets. We have this minus, when you simplify this one, you'll get 8. All right, so this is what is going to be your answer here. This is what is going to be your answer for the second question. Do you get that? Okay, I hope you get that one. That is what is going to be our answer there. That is going to be our answer there. So we go to the next one. We go to the next one, which is now the inverse also. Okay. Which is going to be the inverse of the g function. Yeah. So we do the inverse of g function. How do we do that? Look, the inverse is here. This is the inverse. So the first thing that we are supposed to do, as you always know, we say, okay, let's say this is going to be y. Okay. While there's g of x, we put y, and then we write the same function as it is. It will be 2x plus what? Plus 3. My pen is lagging, so please. So then we have 5x minus 1. Okay. Now, once you've done this, the next thing that you're supposed to do now is to solve for x. What do we mean by solving for x? Like you make x the subject of the formula. So to make x the subject, this is x here, not y, 5x. So to do that, you're actually saying, okay, it depends on how you want to do it. Depends on how you want to do it. So it could be 1 is going to start with, maybe I'll say, okay, let me say 2x here, then plus 3. This is equals to, then you multiply now the y by 5x, which that will give you what? 5xy, 5xy, and then minus the y again, you multiply it by 1. So this will be what? Y here. Okay? This is going to give you y. Then at this point, if you will notice that you've got x on both sides. You've got x on both sides. So what you have to do is to put those terms that have got x on one side, like this. Then the other one is also going to come here, minus. When it comes, this will be a minus. All right? Then this is going to be x, y is equals to, now this is going to remain as minus y. Then that one, 3 will come this side also as a minus 3. So at this point, you have to factorize your x. When you factorize your x, you are going to remain with what? So you are going to remain with 2 here, minus 5y, which is equals to minus y minus 3. So because we want to remain with x alone, so we divide both sides by 2, minus 5y, 2 minus 5y. Then if you started with 5xy the other side, your answer is actually going to be y plus 3, then maybe 5x minus 2. I think that is how it's going to be. Those, in other words, all these that are negatives here, they'll be positives. Only 2 will be a negative if you use the other method. So it will be like y plus 3, then 5x, or it will be x plus 3, then 5x plus, like the final answer. I'm trying to say the final answer, okay? Because what we're going to do in the final answer now, at this point, you know that we'll be saying, okay, with this, we are going to say, we have made x the subject of the formula. Now, if we have made x the subject of the formula, g, now I'm using x here, just the inverse before we substitute the 2. Just the inverse before we substitute the 2, we are going to have minus x. You remember now, we put back the x. We put back the x. Minus 3 over 2 minus 5x. But I was saying, some of you, your answer will look like this. It will be like x plus 3, to be x plus 3, x plus 3 over 5x minus 2. Yeah, or you will start with minus 2, then 5x. That's how it's going to look, your answer, some of you. Now, at this point, we want to find this one. This one has got a 2. So it means here when you put 2, the other side, you are also going to put a 2. So it will be like 2 plus 3 over 5, which is 2 here, minus 2. That is going to give you what? 5. Then 10 minus 2. That will give you 8. So this is what is supposed to be the answer. This is what is supposed to be the answer. That's what's supposed to be the answer. I hope we get it and we have the answer, all of us. All right? I hope we get it and we have the answer, all of us. Okay? For the last one, I'll leave this one for you to do. For the last one, it's a composite function, just what we did here. Just what we did on B. You have to, in G here, where there's an X, you put F. Where there's an X, you're going to put F. Okay, what do I mean? Where there's an X here on 2, and even below here, what are you going to put? You put this. Then simplify it. Okay, I've left that one for you to do. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel.